Yes, sir! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Eazy, a.k.a. Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ, coming to you live with another video of NBA, another day, another dollar, another day of NBA updates, money on the floor. Let's get straight to it. Josh Hart takes shots at the Cavs and compares himself to none other than LeBron James. Now, this is going to be his future teammate. We know that Josh Hart and LeBron James are going to be playing on the same team with the Lakers this year. But let's just check out what he said. Money on the floor.
I'm like LeBron. Y'all like the Cavs.
More or less, he was just streaming on Twitch, man. And he had more views than I'm ever going to get, 992. We'll get there one day. I already been there. I have seen the mountaintop, and we're going to get back there. But anyway, more or less what he was just saying is that he is like LeBron, and they're like the Cavs. So he's going to carry them in this game of Fortnite. Now, I don't know how this game of Fortnite ended, but I think the bigger story is my man had 1,000 viewers watching him play Fortnite, and he is playing Fortnite, you know, during the season. That's crazy, man. Fortnite is taking over. Everybody's playing that game. It's a really good game. Can't even get mad at it. I play it frequently as well. So, you know, if you want to see me play some Fortnite, free plug for me, go down. Link is in the description. Go to Fluxer. Download the game. Download Fluxer and search for me, Eazy. And, you know, you'll be able to follow me on Fluxer, and you'll be able to, you know, check me out, see me get busy on Fortnite. I'm about to do that right after this. In other news, Nerlens Noel turned down better offers to sign with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, Nerlens Noel signed a $3.7 million deal with the Oklahoma City Thunder, and Steve Kyler says that he was told Nerlens had somewhat better financial offers, but his camp wanted him in a very structured team dynamic where the Thunder, when the Thunder became an options, money took a back seat. Whatever, man. You know what? Sometimes you have to go to the place that is the best fit for you. Yes, you can make money in other places. He could have made more money in Philadelphia or Dallas if he would re-sign with Dallas or what have you, if they wanted him. But sometimes you have to do what the best thing is for you. The thing is going to make your game come out and shine the most. And you're going to have the best opportunity to do what it is that you do. In his case, block shots, get rebounds, and score on putbacks and backdoors and alleys and stuff like that. That's what he does best. Playing with somebody like Russell Westbrook is going to allow you to do that when he does pass the ball and when he doesn't ask you to box out for him so that he can get the rebound. If that's happening, then yeah, I feel like he'll shine a little bit better. Now, the only people that they have, so who do you have to beat out? Nick Collison, he didn't play the whole season last year. You have Houston, and then you got Patrick Patterson. I don't know if you're going to beat them out for starters. We don't even know who the starting power forward is going to be, but we do know that there'll be an opening there. And, you know, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to wait and see how that works out. For the Thunder, it'll be good because you got two people that can play pretty decent defense. You got Steven Adams, who's a great defensive center, and then you got Nerlens Noel playing the 4. He'll be pretty decent at on defense. It's gonna be a bit of a liability on offense, and like the article says, he's taking a little bit of a backseat or a reduced role on the other teams. But being a rebounder and a boxer router, and they put back guy, and they assist maker, assist conversion person for Russell Westbrook, that's gonna be. Hey, if that's your only job, you're doing pretty well, and I think he'll fit pretty well into that. Moving on to the next deal, Rockets possibly in the mix for Rodney Hood, and pretty much it said there's been reports of some discussions between the Kings and Rodney, and maybe the Rockets and Rodney. Whoever gets him, it really doesn't matter. We don't know the situation with Melo yet, so we don't know if Melo is going to the Rockets. We don't know if Melo's not going to go to the Rockets. What we do know is that the Rockets really don't have anybody at the small forward position. They lost Mabute, they lost Trevor Ariza, and somebody like Rodney Hood, he's expected to come in and do more. He didn't do what they expected him to do on the Cavs, and that could have been, you know, because he's standing in the corner waiting on LeBron. It won't be much different when you go to Cleveland, when you go to the Rockets, but at least you'll touch the ball a little bit more, and maybe you'll get to handle the ball and show some stuff. They tend to get the ball up a little bit more than LeBron was giving it up. But between Harden and Chris Paul, they tend to give it up to each other. But you know, you may have some chances to create or what have you, but they do need somebody that can play good defense, which Rodney Hood can do, and hit open shots and slash to the basket here and there. So he can do both of those things. I think it'll be a good fit for him if he goes to the Rockets. I just don't know what the deal is going to look like, or what they'll expect of him. But I feel like it'll be a good fit for him wherever he goes. Don't go to the Kings, man. I mean, you go to the Kings, you'll get some money, but you ain't gonna win. And you want to go to the playoffs, and you don't want to be like Nerlens Noel. And I think that's another reason that he went to the OKC. He never been to the playoffs. He wants to get to the playoffs, and he's definitely gonna get that this year with them. And sometimes you can take less money. He took less money, just like Boogie did. But hey, nobody's jumping all over him. So he did what was best for his career at the time. So Rodney, do the same thing. Go on to the Rockets. If they make you a good offer, go to the Rockets and see what you can do. And it says right here he went from averaging 16.8 to 10 points, 10 points a game last year. So that's what happened when you go play with LeBron, man. Everybody always says your stats are gonna take a hit, and that's what happened to him. But it is what it is. Go to the Rockets. You're probably going to you probably go up to 12 points a game, maybe 14 or something like that. But I think it'll be a better fit for him. It'll be a better fit. It'll be a win for everybody. Even if they get Carmelo, they should be able to still afford Hood and fit him in under that, depending on what they're going to pay him, because they shouldn't have to pay Carmelo much, because Carmelo he's already going to get paid from OKC. He'll get paid his full salary from them. So depending on what happens, it should be something good for both teams or all parties involved. All right, moving on to the next story, and our second to last story. We got the signing of DeMarcus Cousins could potentially have a devastating effect on the Warriors. This article, I feel there's a lot of hullabaloo, and I'll tell you why. Because they're just saying the things that everybody already knows. It's not saying anything innovative or coming at it from a different angle. We know that Boogie may not be 100%, and we know that he will have something to prove, because he's going to be seeking a max contract next year. So he may come back earlier, or he can't come back much later, because teams will think he's milking it, and then they'll be thinking, well, how can we pay you? We don't know if you're even capable of playing a full season. And so the Achilles injury is really tricky. You don't want to rush that back as a big man, and most people are never the same. If anybody can do it, I think he will be able to do it. But mostly this is just talking about his attitude and how it may affect the team. Number one, they were just saying they're not going to be able to sign everybody next year, because he will be asking for a max contract or something very close to it if he's able to play. If he's even 80% of what he was, he'll be demanding a max contract, because that's going to be enough to be the best center in the league, more or less, especially as far as posting up goes. So he'll definitely be doing that. But so they're saying what will happen contractually. They won't be able to sign him. Kevin Durant, he's going to sign a long-term contract. He's supposed to be signing a long-term deal or an extension or what have you. And then you got Clay, who's supposed to have to sign, and then Draymond. So what's going to happen? Are they going to let Clay and Draymond go? Or are they going to try to retain Draymond at a lower price and then let Clay go? And I always say I feel like you could probably replace Clay more easily than you can replace anybody. I'm not saying that there's another Klay Thompson in the league. I'm not saying they're going to be as good. I'm saying that you could probably plug in a 3 and D 2 guard more easily than you can plug in a Boogie if he is what he is. I'm not saying that they should give him that contract, though. I think that if something is working, you keep it, and then you just move out the piece that hadn't been there. I don't know that I would give Boogie a max contract and let Clay walk when Clay has been such a pivotal part of the building process. But then again, this is the Warriors, and they really don't care. They let Mark Jackson. I mean, they fired Mark Jackson and then went and won the championship and act like he wasn't even there. So we know how the Warriors do, man. We know how they get down. There ain't no love. Ain't no love in the heart. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. It ain't none, man. So, it is what it is. But these things that we know. We know that they're going to have some issues at the end of the season if they would like to retain Boogie's services. They probably won't. And we also know that, like I said, they're going to have to make a decision on Clay, and they're going to have to make a decision on Draymond pretty soon as well. Draymond says he wants all his money this time, is what people are saying. But I can't believe that if he went and called Kevin Durant and he also recruited Boogie, I can't believe that that Draymond is just like, look, I need all my money. I'm sure the team recognizes his importance and he will be paid accordingly, but I just don't think that he's going to demand a whole lot of money. But if he doesn't get it this time, I say next time you got to go get all the money you can get, young man, because you only get a few chances to make all the money that you can, and you're a fantastic player, Draymond. You're my favorite player in the league, all right? You my favorite player. That's it. It's Reggie Miller, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Michael Jordan, and Draymond Green. That's how it goes. right? My favorite player in the league. Where Draymond goes, I go, but I don't cheer for the Warriors. I just cheer for Draymond because I love the way he plays the game. I think that he brings something to the game that's been missing for a while. But anyway, and the last little bit of news that we have, the Bulls coach Fred Hoiberg raves about Jabari Parker's addition. More or less, this just sums it up. We feel really good about it, said the coach. It's a guy that is a proven scorer in the league. I think he's got a lot of versatility in the game. He can play multiple positions. He can play both forward spots. Obviously, we know he can play the small forward and the big forward. You know, like old folks say, like me. He's a guy defensively that, with looking at the different ways that we've played, experimenting these last couple of weeks, you can do some things. You can do some of that with Jabari on that end. And then he's had success from all over the floor as far as a scorer, added Hoiberg. He's great in transition. He'll fit in very well with the way that we want to play as far as getting up and down the floor with pace. He's a guy that finishes above the rim. Obviously, he used to before he tore the Mason years, but I'm sure he still finishes above the rim, and he's really improved his three-point shot over the course of his career. I think all across the board, it's really good fit for us. Of course, it's a good fit for you because you ain't got a whole lot. I mean, you brought back Rack Levine, aka Zach Levine, aka Rack Levine, you know, for $20 million a year. So obviously, you got to get better. I mean, I'm not saying that Zach Levine is a bad player because I think he's a good player, and I think he's going to be an excellent player once he gets totally settled in. I think he'll be a really good player, but like he ain't top 5 point guards in the league, and you having to give him $20 million. So that kind of says something there. I'm not saying he's not worth $20 million because he's worth whatever the market dictates. So get your money, Zach. But I'm just saying that, you know, in that range, if Zach Levine, I don't know, man. Like, listen, you had to do that because you had to do it. So you had to get Jabari Parker. You had to get somebody there as well. I mean, like I said, I'm not messing with nobody's money. I don't mess with nobody's bag. Get all the money that you can. And $20 million a year for 2 years, I think it's a good deal because what you're going to get to see is you're going to get to see him play and see what he is, and maybe you extend him after that. It was a good deal. I think it's a good job to lock Zach Levine down because you don't want him to go out there, go back home, and then flourish, and then, you know, you just completely lost him for free, more or less. You got to lock him down. You can't let him go. And the same thing with Jabari Parker. If he's a fraction of what he was, or if he shows us what he was prior to getting injured the very first time, and he can do something, obviously he's not going to get a whole bunch of run last year because he's playing on the same court with or behind Giannis Antetokounmpo. So you're not going to get really to show what you have, you know, in the games that he did play last year. But I'd be excited too if I was Fred Hoiberg. I mean, listen. Oh, matter of fact, do y'all remember when Fred Hoiberg was tearing up the league, just straight killing? He was on my fantasy team in like 99, 2000. I always would pick Fred Hoiberg. People are like, what the hell? Who is Fred Hoiberg? I said, watch him get these buckets. But anyway, I agree with Fred Hoiberg, though. I mean, he's gonna help your team out. He can definitely help your team. We don't know if he's gonna start to come off the bench because we don't know what other moves they have to make. But we'll just see, man. I mean, he definitely doesn't hurt the team, and eventually, even if he doesn't start, he will be a starter, especially with that kind of money. But anyway, man, that's all we have for y'all today, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, you guys hear the increased audio quality because I've got my mic here. You're gonna hear it scrub for a second. I got my mic down here, right? And what I did was I've got it so that I can move it right here in my face. Before it was above my monitor, so you can hear a lot of echoing and stuff. But now I think with it being out in space, it should be a lot clearer, and you should be able to hear the melodic tones. This is the coolest man on YouTube, Eazy, aka Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ, coming to you live. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments about everything. Do you think Nerlens Noel should have gone somewhere else? What type of points do you think he's gonna be able to put up? Is that the best place for him where he can just be in the background? Do you think Jabari Parker will start before the end of the season? Do you think Boogie will break up the fun bunch with his attitude out there in the Bay? I don't know, man. I don't think so, but we'll see. And I'm gonna holler at y'all next time. Till next time. It's your boy Eazy, aka Fresh from the Barbershop, BK the People's Champ. Holla! 360 out this mug. Oh yeah, make sure to follow me on all social media. All the links are down in the description. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all that. And Fluxer and Twitch TV. I stream over there too. And I'm gonna holler at y'all.